Hi everyone, it's Aisha here from God FM, and I want to talk to you about the rain and the thunder and the lightning. Alright, it's only a real quick one. I've noticed that when this first started, there was a big, huge thunder and lightning, and that was actually before it all started, but it might have started then. And then I had a lady in America who'd contacted me about her stalking and all this. And I wasn't being stalked at that time. And I believe that there's lots of demonic entities that operate through the telephones and all this, okay? And somehow it latched onto me. Anyway, I had lightning that was so severe all round my house, and it struck right by my home. Really big lightning, really big, and really, really noisy. And this happened a few times, actually, at my old house. Quite a few times. And actually, I noticed, now that I think about it, the thunder and lightning would happen before I started getting symptoms for the reactions to all of the technology. It's like it jolted it into place in me, activated something. And I hadn't really thought about it until when I was at this house. I'd got everything out of me and I was feeling quite normal. And then I had massive lightning right by my house here again. It happened about 4 times, I would say, at least. Big lightning. I'm talking striking right by the house. And this house, the same. It's happened a few times now here too. Really close to the house. And it's just not normal for England. I mean, South Africa, yes. You get thunder and lightning. But England, not really. And so I wanted to bring it up because I've also mentioned about the time I went off when I was under a real attack. I drove off to a place between here and Brixham and down a little lane, which basically comes to a beach at the bottom. It's not that well known, the road, but as I was headed down it, it seemed like quite a nice dark road. I thought, you know what, this is lovely, I could sleep here. And I thought, I just need somewhere nice and peaceful to sleep, where there's not too many lights. Anyway, I was sitting there. I was on the phone to America, and the lightning went from one light to another light vertically across the road. Seriously, from the light point. I thought, what? Did I see that correctly? And then I thought, no, I imagined it. And would you believe it happened again? A few minutes later, thinking, God, this is crazy. But I was on the phone, and I had another phone with me, but I didn't want to switch that one on because, I just didn't want to get tracked. So I thought, right, oh yeah, I think I was using it as a hotspot. And I didn't want to mess with it. So I couldn't really film it, but it frightened me a bit. And then when I looked to the right, because I thought, well, I'll just wind down my window, see if I can hear anything. And when I did, there were some cows, and they were crying. And I couldn't see the cows, but there was a big industrial building, And next to the road was this hedge. And it was just a bit too high to be able to see the cows, but I could hear them. And there was a steamy, misty type lightning crackling of little sparks in cloud. It was like mini lightning, clouded lightning. And I was standing there, I was sitting there, thinking, God, this is funny. The cows were crying, and there was all this thunder and lightning. I was thinking, God, this is crazy. So anyway, I thought, no, I don't like this. I thought, I'm actually a bit frightened to stay here. So I was talking to my friend for a while, and it kept happening. Lightning across the lights, the cows crying. And I was thinking, this is what they're going to do to us. That's what I thought. I thought, I'm going to get on the next plane out of here and go off to the mountains. I thought, this is the end of the world. Anyway, there's been other times where I lived before at Vernon Court. I've talked about this. I had panoramic sea views across the whole of Torbay. And I saw these storms a couple of times coming from the other side of the bay, from sort of Kingswear and Dartmouth, coming over the mountains and then over towards Brixham and then coming finally across over to me. And it's like a steamy lightning, and it was really low down. You could see the dark clouds and you could see the sky above. It was weird. It was very dark, and it came over, and that's when I got the big lightning at my house as well. And there's been a few people who've mentioned the steamy lightning and also the mist. So I think it's all connected, because a lot of people have mentioned the fireworks also. Now, I've had fireworks, and when I get the stuff off, I get fireworks, big fireworks. Then I get lightning as well. And I also get bells. I get motorbikes purposely start their engine when I'm near them. I had one today, and I was in my car, so I turned my gospel music so loud to drown out his very loud, very unnecessarily loud exhaust on his motorbike. And I know the person that lives there. I don't know them, but I know of them, and apparently he works for the military. And he's only moved in recently. And he lives next door to some friends of mine. And I've been there as well before he moved in with the previous occupiers, and having a barbecue with them. And I could feel that they were microwaving me at the barbecue, at their house, in the garden, from that same property. And I could hear them doing things, and with their lawnmowers and their blowers and their vacuums and their washing machines and their everything else that they seem to switch on when you're nearby. And and it's a government-owned building. It's one where the government put people. So anyway, I was like, okay, because the neighbour was saying, oh, he's a new guy. You know, he parks his motorbike here, and he works for the military. He was saying, for the Navy, I think. I thought he does submarine work, like submarine diving. I was like, oh, very interesting. I don't forget anything, by the way. I never forget anything. Got an incredible mind. I remember exact conversations, and what happens is I forget about it, and then it'll play back to me when I need it. Very marvelous, very useful. In fact, a police officer even complimented me once, and they said, you remember everything, don't you? And I went, yeah, I do. I remember everything. She said, you should be a police officer. I said, I know, but I don't need to be, because I'm better than that. I work for the Most High God. Anyway, so this is what God does to me. He always plays repeats conversations. Yeah. When someone was messing with my door entry system, I was saying to the Lord, wow, what could it be? And then he got me to repeat a couple of conversations that I'd had with some of my neighbors that had problems with their intercoms. And one of them had said, yeah, mine doesn't ring very loud. But he, then we got another one. Their intercom doesn't work and their microphone doesn't work. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so I thought it's probably the microphone. And it was the microphone on the intercom. Because I tried everything else. It was the speaker as well, combined. And because it was so loud, my intercom, so loud. And then it just stopped working, the ringer. And I thought, I bet something's still connected because I'd get ringing. And when I covered up this intercom with radiation tape, it stopped ringing. I thought somehow it's connected. Don't know how. Anyway, I untook it all off the wall because in the end the button didn't even work. So the ringer didn't work, the button didn't work, and people, I don't know if they could hear me, but I couldn't hear them when they were buzzing me. So I thought, well, this is not working now. So I took it off the wall and decided to send it off to get it fixed. And I've got a different doorbell now. I don't know if it'll ever come back from being fixed. Might have to buy a new one, I think. Because God repeated these conversations, I thought, yeah, maybe it's that thing. At my old house, funnily enough, I had a telephone that was connected to my internet line. And it was an old-fashioned telephone because I'm quite eccentric. I like old clocks and I liked old telephones and I like cars and all sorts of things. So anyway, I found that by covering up the telephone with sellotape on the microphone and on the speaker for the telephone, I'm not talking an intercom, I'm talking a telephone, stop this stuff. It's interesting, eh? And then with my phone system now, I've got an internet line, but it's not telephone lines. They stopped doing those. But if I plug in a telephone as if it's there, it stops it as well. It messes with everything. So it's quite interesting to play with these things. I recommend you try it. Because maybe it isn't quite disconnected, if you know what I mean. I think we need a new telephone communication system. Did you know that English is actually called Anglophone? Yeah. And England's called Anglia, from where the fallen angels fell. Yes, very interesting. United Kingdom. United States. Satan untied. Santa Claus, Satan. NASA, Satan. It's so very interesting. But there was some thunder and lightning a while back, and God said to me, he said, you better go and get your hat. I was like, what? He said, because there's thunder. I was like, oh, really? Yeah, go get your hat. I have a special hat I made. And nothing can penetrate this hat. So it's like, right, okay, I'll go and get my hat. I'll put my hat on. And then it all stopped. And the seagulls started squawking. It's like, oh, maybe it's just coincidence. But I didn't feel any sensations when I had this little hat on. So if things get really bad, I put my little hat on, or I'll put a magnet over my head. And also, I've had it where I went to the beach with my friends. I was getting real headaches, and I could feel there was something going on, So I got my magnet and popped it on my head. Instant relief. Felt much better. Took my headache away. And I always carry my magnet because I get sore neck, and I find my magnet helps with massage, Massage my neck and my shoulders with my magnet. I massage other people as well. If they got backache. People love it. They come back and tell me, I feel amazing. I slept so well after I do a magnet massage. And I'll massage your whole body, right in between your privates, the whole lot, up your back, right down your neck. A full magnet massage. Go over the feet and everything. Anyway, like I say, I went to the beach and I did this. I was in the bathroom and I did this. And there were loads of people around. But when I did the magnet thing, they all left. They all just went. I don't know why. I thought, well, this can't be a coincidence, surely. All these people get in their cars, about 5-6 cars. I thought, well, it's interesting, isn't it? So yeah, I want to talk about the thunder and lightning. I think it's manipulated weather. So they're spraying something in the skies with the aeroplanes and everything else. But they've also got little ones that pump it from upside down, from the bottom. And I've noticed also friends have said that they've had rain clouds, just one rain cloud over them. And I thought, well, maybe that's because the Lord has given me once a rain cloud just over my car. Twice. As if he was saying, it's okay, I'm with you. Cloud by day, fire by night. But I also think that they can do stuff with the weather. So by spraying the stuff, it's like nanoparticles, and it collects in the clouds, because the clouds suck up the water. They suck up the vapors. And, they collect all the water and then they rain it down. So, maybe that's connected with the lightning. If you think about it, the nano, it has to be activated by shaking and by vibrating and a washing machine or a vibrating motorbike or people jumping up and down does it as well. Lightning seems to do it. Maybe the fans do it. Maybe that's just to mask the radiation as well, the sound frequencies. But the nano, because it needs energy, I think it has to be activated. And I think it dies. I do think it dies eventually. I think it stops working. Another thing to do is just smoke out the house. Cook something really well in the oven and have a really bad smoke. Really overburn something in the oven. Leave the oven open. Let the whole house smoke out. And that kills the stuff as well. Because they put something in the oven as well. I've noticed. I get stingy eyes. So often what I have to do, sometimes I'll be cooking. I think, oh, my eyes sting. I'll quickly get a cloth and wipe down the oven. So I've put rosemary, was it rosemary? Sage in the oven as well at the bottom in the trays. And I always line my trays with tinfoil. Why? Because actually if you're cooking, it's always nice to have it caught at the bottom. Otherwise you get with greasy marks. But it also acts as a double shield, you see. So that's quite handy. And a little bit of rosemary rosemary is good apparently as well. Sage. And what that does is it gives the food a smoke. And it's also quite good for the food. Tastes nice. Rosemary definitely. Rosemary's great to cook with. Really like rosemary and lamb. Yummy. So those are my tips. There's a big rage about some blue liquid type product that gives you superpowers. No, maybe it's not just that special liquid. Maybe it's blue ink. So, wearing blue, you don't get radiated as badly. I've got a blue umbrella outside, and that really has helped me. Blue things. So, blue clothing and blue ink, kind of things. Very interesting it is. So I might get my paintbrushes out and start painting blue skies and blue walls and blue everything. It's just a thought. So anyway, I just wanted to share that about the thunder and lightning. If you've noticed there's any correlation with what you're experiencing, and thunder and lightning and rain, and it's also the rain, very, very heavy rain. Don't know. It does seem to be connected as well. So have a think about it. Put your comments on. Let me know your thoughts. It's Aisha from God FM. Have a wonderful day. And also, quick thing, if you are being radiated and you've got internal doors, it's quite good to close those doors at night when you want to go to bed. And internal lights, even lamps, turn them off if you want a peaceful night. It appears the light activates the nano if it's been pumped in your house. And I've shielded my house from the nano, but I just checked today and my speakers covered in blue nano, everything in my house covered in blue nano, certain things particularly. Oh yes, a couple of things. You know the plugs for washing machines and for fridges? They've got little holes on the back. You know, the ones that are fixed plugs. Cover those with tinfoil. Just see if that helps you. Just a tiny little piece of tinfoil and some sticky tape on the little holes on the back of the plug. Also, if you are targeted, look under your sink for a cardboardy type, plasticky, black or grey bit of cloth. It's like a hard bit of cloth cardboard, and it's like black inside. If you've got it, it activates everything somehow. I don't know why, but God showed it to me. I managed to get one underneath my sink off, but it was really hard, and really hard to get it off, and I don't see the purpose of it. So anything that's unnecessary, get rid of it. And on the drain area underneath, there wasn't one before, but there was one when I checked recently. So that I've used some steering fluid to get that off, because steering fluid is really good. I call it my sticky stuff remover, and it's a great cleaning product. Mixed in with bicarb and a few bits and pieces, you can really clean things nicely with it. If you have a car, you might notice that the steering goes, if you're targeted, and it might start whirring as you're turning, because it doesn't like steering fluid and it attacks it. And if you have a convertible, it'll attack the mechanism and the oils in it. There was one more thing I wanted to say. What was it? It was quite an important one. Oh, fuses on all your plugs. Check that you got the right fuses. You don't want 13 amp fuses for charging a phone or for charging a speaker, all those sort of things. Oh yes, that's exactly right. Remember now. If you have a printer that is one that connects to your computer, check the wire for a little round sort of barrel that's attached to the wire, goes round the wire. Or it could be on the charging cable, little barrel type shape. Doesn't matter how big the thing is. On any of your wiring, look for these things, because it's a modification that they've made, so I've discovered, to mimic and also listen to. If I'm right, and all of this is lies, and everything that's happened is a lie, and everything else, every single person in your life is a lie, and they never loved you, and you can't make people love you. They're all sent to hurt you and break your heart and destroy your life, Then all of these little plugs or little dots, little holes in, could be watching you. There could be cameras in there. If I'm right. I might be wrong. But, if we've got fire alarms and we know you can get cameras in there, and they could be teeny weeny pinhole cameras, imagine what they can do. The barcode, everything when you buy it, the little silver sticker, and they can track you through that. So imagine what they can do. And these stickers are thin. So what's that thing under the sink? And what are these little barrel things on your cables? I bought a new JBL charger. Well, actually I found one at a charity shop. And I brought it home and it worked on my JBL to charge it. And I thought, well, it seems to charge it very well. It's a bit faster than the other one. The other one was playing up. And it didn't have a barrel thing. And I thought, why do I have a barrel thing on my charger? And I had one on my charging cable for my printer. And I always thought it was suspicious. So when I spotted this on my JBL speaker charger, I thought, that looks suspicious to me. Unnecessary. So I got rid of the one with a little tube bit on it, the barrel, and then I gave this to my daughter because she needed it for her speaker. And then she bought me a new charger, specifically for a JBL, and it had no barrel thing on it. Anyway, when I was checking for the charger, not that long ago, about a week ago, I noticed a barrel on the cable. So it's an addition. Now, I did take the last barrel thing apart, and what I found inside it was actually just two cables joining up to each other. But I found this in lights also, because I take things apart. And it's basically two wires joined up to two wires. Doesn't look like anything unusual. But what my thinking is, the join areas must be something. Or it's larger wire connect to thinner wire. Alright. I've got a router which I have to plug into the plug. I thought, they always seem to know what plugs I'm using, and they seem to know when I'm using a router. So really what I want to do is plug it into a power bank. So I bought one that would plug into a power bank. But it wouldn't work on the power bank. Anyway, I've taken apart one of the plugs for the router, and inside it is a subwoofer type thing. It's the same thing that you find inside a subwoofer for a speaker. So I take those apart, and I really like speakers, and I like taking things apart, as I said. So often in a subwoofer, what you'll get, it's called a woofer. Yeah. So you got a speaker at the front, and then you take it apart, and inside is a little boxy type thing with wires wound round. It's a square thing. And those things are very powerful. They're about the size of your hand, a bit smaller, maybe the size of your palm of your hand. One of those, laid on the floor in the right spot, can totally disable these things. Maybe it's because it's about sound. But I build machines with these things, and they're marvelous at helping. I'll try and do you some videos and show you the things I've taken apart and what's inside them. And the same thing I found in little radio alarm clocks, tiny small little radio alarm clocks. And inside I found the same square thing. But I've taken alarm clocks apart before, and I've not found those in there. So I don't know if there are additional things that have been added by these guys. Do you understand? So if I'm at the charity shop and there's electrical cables and plugs, I always buy them. And I swap them with mine, because I think they meddle with the chargers. Like there's a certain charger for my phone. If I use it, they always get into my phone. Certain extension leads. Like I've got a plug now that is the master socket thing for the TV, and I've been using that for other things. And now they're able to switch it off. They're also able to switch off any plug socket in my house if they've got their things connected. So these are the things I've found. A good thing to do if you want to get things off is obviously forget your network, forget your Wi-Fi on your phone before you go to bed, reset your network settings, and with your router, obviously unplug all your Wi-Fi and everything, or just take out the telephone cable, or just switch off your router. Because anything they have synchronized through the telephone line won't work anymore. They can connect to it, but they can't synchronize anything. They can't connect to it properly. So these are tips from me. Might be good to do candle light or little battery lights. Even battery lights seem to activate this stuff. It's like nano. It's activated by lights as well. Okay, I'll try and put subtitles on my videos as well, because I know there's a couple of deaf people now listening to me at God FM. And it would appear that deaf people are interested in this. And it would be so interesting to find out if deaf people are affected by targeting. There's a couple of people who I've listened to who have got problems with their hearing, and they got hearing aids. And by sticking two hearing aids together, they were able to locate the bugs in the house. Recording devices. Okay. Like I say, sometimes you have to shield plugs that you're not using with a bit of tin foil over the plugs that you're not using. If you're really under attack, and EMF is being fired at your house, then all of the plug sockets become like overpowered. I don't know how, but that has helped me when I'm really badly under attack. Obviously not all the time, but sometimes on a weekend I just do an electronic fast, and I turn off all the electrical things and I shield myself, and I try not to operate anything electrical, and I'll turn off all the electric and have a day without electricity, just so I can read my Bible and have a bit of time without interference, because electricity is invisible. So is Wi-Fi, so sound waves. And it seems that all of the technology that is being used is invisible, just like demons are invisible and AI is invisible. They need a current to transmit themselves and move around and activate. And I also think demons need the current to be able to transport themselves. So maybe that's why switching it all off helps as well. All right. Love you all. Hope it's helping you. The other thing I was going to recommend is to make yourself some hairspray with some essential oils and water. It's very good for your hair, and Nano hates essential oils. And if you're like me and your hair gets fried, then because my hair just disintegrates at the ends because it's being burnt, right? Just like my face is being burnt with little round burns. They don't just appear from nowhere for no reason. So essential oils give your hair a bit more, and that makes your hair quite soft. If you're struggling with your hair, it might be good to wash it with boiled water. I found when I was at my old house, when I had no hot water for 3 months, I would have kettle showers and baths. And I could make a whole kettle last a bath, a shower. I showered with 1 kettle of water. I became such a master at it. Amazing, eh? Anyway, I found my hair was beautiful and soft washing my hair with boiled water. Don't know why, but it really made a big difference. So if your hair's in really bad condition, it might be worth, getting some, is it bentonite clay as well? And put that on your hair. And you can also swallow it, and it cleans out your guts. I did the bentonite clay in my head, and it once years ago, and it got rid of any horrible things in my hair. My hair was stripped clean. I could feel it squeaking as I rubbed my fingers through it. Really clean. So these are very interesting things I want to share with you. It is about remaining clean. Don't forget salt is very good. You can make up some salt and coconut oil rub for washing yourself, brushing your teeth with. And a good bar of soap is also good. Dove has EDTA in it, so Dove products are very good. All right. EDTA is a type of salt that Nano hates. The toilet stuff, the blue stuff you put in a toilet, also very good for the toilet with hot water. Make sure you never run out of the blue toilet stuff that sits in the toilet tank. Always have some in there. It really helps with no Nano. Because as you're doing a wee-wee and a poo-poo and you flush, it's cleaning out all the bits. Because what I found is they get the Nano into the cistern and then into the pipe that connects the cistern to the tub that you sit on. And then inside the tub, around the edges, on the upside down edges, are little holes. And the water comes through there. But they're only little holes, so things get stuck between the inside there and you can't get to it to clean it. So it's actually quite important that you use a toilet cleaning product on your toilet, because it stops all the muck. Because these guys really pump your house with muck, don't they, eh? Yeah. Through the toilet mainly. And if you've just been to the toilet, I recommend to make a little toilet square area out of paper and cover your toilet so that no air can come through from the bottom of the toilet into the air. Why? Because I believe the nano and the gases and the ringing is through sound waves, and it's carried through water, which carries memory, and you're made of water, and it comes into the room. And demons operate in the demonic realm, but through water. They love water. So cover your little toilet, that little area at the bottom of the toilet, with a bit of tissue. Yeah, be generous. And I found, because we're saving water as well, flushing the toilet not so often also helps. So I always tell people, don't flush, please, saving on water. Because also the more you're activating the water inlet, the more it's circulating the nano, and really it's hard work. So that's what I do, and it really helps me. And a good bottle of bleach by the toilet as well. Clean inside underneath the taps. There's normally a little round thing at the bottom of the top of the tap inside. Take that out. Give it a good clean with some white spirit. Fairy liquid is also very good. If you ever run out of washing powder, you can try and use fairy liquid. Now, I told you I have some Muslim friends who are asylum seekers. One of the things I noticed, they put the shower head in a bucket and they always have plants in the sink. So I learned that from them. The other thing I noticed, today I saw the Muslim lady using fairy liquid instead of washing powder. And I thought to myself, I wonder if they're putting nano in the washing powder. Because my daughter had my cat for a little while. She said that she got rid of the fleas by washing him down with washing liquid, my cat. So washing liquid is your friend. So washing liquid, try washing your clothes with a bit of washing liquid. That's only just in today. Definitely worth a try. Also, this stuff hates rice water, bread. Don't know why, but if you have a little bit of leftover bread, pop it in the toilet. Don't know why, but it's really helpful. And obviously it decomposes quite nicely, so you're not doing any harm. It just hasn't gone through your body yet. So a bit of bread. Orange peel. If you're having ringing in your ears, get a bit of orange peel and pop it in your ears before bed, and you'll find the ringing stops. There's a few more tips, and I'm going to try and do some more things. So scattered, so many things I know, and I just really can't remember everything to tell you. Even I forget things, and I go, oh, I should try that again. So yeah, praise the Lord. The rain stopped where I am, and I'm not having any more problems. Don't forget what I said about the salt and coconut rub, and get yourself a very heavy scrubbing brush and scrub your body. Really scrub it, and your hands as well. Scrub it. If you can, get blue washing liquid. Blue. Okay. Blue washing conditioner. Blue. Everything blue. Blue soap. Stuff for the loo. Blue. Everything's blue. the Lord's priests always wore blue. And then they had the little pomegranate things hanging at the end as well. Blue. Your privates, when you've been to the toilet, you should have a bit of coconut and bicarb rub to rub over your private areas and stick a little bit up your bum. And if you're a lady, stick it up your little holes. Alright? Up your nostrils too, and your ears. It really will help you. In your belly button and under your armpits. Everybody forgets that, but it's a gland and it's very sensitive. That's what actually I think is like a sensor to whether you are hot or cold. So I've noticed putting bicarbonate of soda and salt under my armpits acts as a deodorant, a cleaner, and it regulates me better and I don't get hot and cold as much. So that helps too. The other thing you can do if you want to try what I've done is buy lots of pop magnets and put them in the corner of every room. And you'll find you get some peace and quiet because they won't be able to synchronize anything. You can put them at the bottom of the room and then at the top. And if you do double, as I say, top and bottom, wow, you'll have some lovely times. Okay? Some tips from me. If you've got any metal screws on the edges of kitchen surfaces, stick some magnets on them. Really helps. Marvelous. If you have problems with your radio getting a signal, get yourself a TV aerial and stick it behind the radio and plug it in. It's one of those plug-in aerials. And plug it behind your radio. And you'll have a great time and then you will be able to tune in your radio. Alright? Good. It's Aisha from God FM with top tips and talking about thunder and lightning and rain in the main, but also some top tips. If you want to talk to me, you can, admin@godfm.org.uk, and you can also email me +44 077735 77788. The other thing I've noticed is quite often they're not really hacking your emails, they're shadowing it. So if you've got two phones, make sure you've got two phones, both signed into your emails. You're talking on one phone, or you're operating it to get the passcode, the 5-digit code, and you get that from the other phone. They can't delete the message in time as quickly, you see, because if you're on the phone and you're trying to do that on the same phone, they can't really hack two phones at one go. So that's another thing. If you've got WhatsApp, get a couple of phones and put your WhatsApp on 2 or 3 phones. The Duo or whatever it's called. Yeah, very handy. I found my WhatsApp messages weren't coming through. Got it on another phone. Suddenly all my messages are coming through. If you're going to have two phones, one's signed into iCloud, one is not. The one you're signed in on can't be signed into purchases. You have to remove that. Keep changing your iCloud address, and you can do that. You get a free iCloud address every 7 days. Also, every chat you do on WhatsApp, go into the profile and then click down to the bottom right, and it says chat privacy. Turn that on every chat, and really go through each setting on that WhatsApp, because they like to hack you. Make sure that if you get a message from WhatsApp itself telling you that you can do all sorts of clever things, delete those messages, because I think they're fake. I found if I've opened those, I've had problems with my WhatsApp. Also, they want you to update your phone when they can't get in. Another thing to do is, from your other phone, remove the phone that you're using from your iCloud, and it keeps saying, please sign in, please sign in. And they can't get to you. Okay? Lots of tips. definitely you don't want to use your number for your iCloud. You want to use a different number for your iCloud. And it might be worth changing your number for phone calls and just keeping it for WhatsApp. A lot of us can't use our SIM cards because it triangulates. Oh, headaches today on the way out, all through the lights. AI. So I carry my magnet, and I was massaging my head all the way to my car. I thought these people probably think I'm crazy. I've had a couple of people say, "What are you doing?" I say, "Oh, I'm doing a magnet massage." I say, what does that do? I say, "Oh, it just totally gets rid of my headache. I've got a real bad headache." They say, "Well, can I try it?" Oh, yeah. So, it's amazing, isn't it? So, yeah. Get yourself some fishing magnets, 500 kilo. They're about £20. Carry one in your bag if you're a lady, and if you're a man, the same. If you've got problems in your car, they often do stuff in the car. You pop it on the speakers or on the locking mechanism, and it resets everything. Nice and peaceful. No more headaches. Okay. Love you guys. Kiss, kiss. Hope you have an amazing day. Take care.